Welcome to Switch Comics. My name is Marco, and today we're going to be talking about the idea of taking your comics and making them pay for themselves. Is it something that is possible, is feasible, and how do you go about doing that, and how easy and what kind of choices you have to make? Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty of it, let me quickly tell you about my giveaway. I'm giving away 3 awesome comic bundles at 500 subscribers. That's right, 3 lucky subscribers will each win one of these 3 comic bundles. All you have to do to enter is simply be subscribed and leave a comment on this video. If you would like additional chances to win, you can watch other videos on my channel and leave comments on those as well. Each comment on a new video is another chance to win. Good luck. And I just have to reiterate, thank you so much to everyone that has been following and supporting the channel. We are getting so close to 500 subscribers, and I appreciate each and every one of you, and I love talking to y'all about comics and stuff almost every day, it feels like. Quickly before we get into it, I wanted to explain a little bit about why I've decided to make this decision, because moving up to this, I didn't have a separate comic fund or anything. If I saw something and I liked it, and I bought it. I'm not going to go into the super details or anything, but some things have come up in my life where I'm looking to make some changes moving forward, and so doing so, I need to start saving up some money, and so I want to have a separate comic fund from just my regular money. I'm going to have I want to start putting away money, saving that. So to do that, I really need the comics to pay for themselves, and it's something I was thinking about, and it's a difficult decision to do, because ideally, in a perfect world, I would just hoard every comic I could, and anything I would want I could get, but money is finite, and I have to make decisions and sacrifices in order to move up and get other bigger things that I want. And it is part of the decision of that can be difficult of letting something go. Because, for example, I showed this off in my video on Monday talking about doing the comic mystery bundles and mystery boxes and stuff. But I would really love to keep this Invincible Iron Man 9 for kind of multiple reasons. Even if I were looking to sell it, I don't think this is the peak of this book. Now, this book is getting up there. It's trying to be $1,000 book right now. I'd say it's pretty comfortably a $900 book. If you look at the active auctions going on right now, as well as just this past few weeks, this book has been climbing, and I think it will not be very long until this is a $1,000 book. And I mean that in like the next 2-3 weeks probably. But that being said, I think this has plenty of room to grow. This could easily be a $1,500 book, maybe a $2,000 book. I don't know if its peak is going to be during Black Panther 2 when Riri's introduced, or during the Ironheart TV show. That's a bit more up for debate. But regardless, I don't think this book is done growing yet. That being said, it is probably my biggest book that I could get rid of that would really give me extra money to fund into more comics, because there's a ton of stuff that I buy, and it's just like, sometimes it's a good deal, sometimes it's just I like buying spec books. If I see a book and I'm like, that is undervalued right now, it definitely will be going up, there's just something in me that is like, I have to buy it, even if I have multiple copies of the book already. There's just who I am, I guess. But this would really help to jumpstart that, and there's other books as well. I grabbed one book as just an example, but that one is one that is hard for a couple of reasons. One, because I am really excited for Riri to be coming up in the MCU. I think it's going to be a super cool character. It makes it a little bit easier. This isn't my favorite cover. I've talked about it before. My favorite cover for Riri is the next volume, the volume 4, number 1. Absolutely love that cover. I think I own like 7 or 8 copies of that book. And for me, Now, granted, I probably won't end up keeping all 7 or 8 or how many ever I have. I have 3 getting graded right now. Probably have some more I might send to go get graded. I'm trying to get one of them as a 9.8, at least a 9.6, to definitely keep for my personal collection. And then, you know, probably hold on to some of those or move them, or, you know, I don't know. I'm kind of figuring it all out as it's going. But my point being is that letting go can be very difficult, and I know it's something it's not hard, and it doesn't always have a clear answer. Because, like I said, even if I did want to hold on to this book a little bit longer, and I'm like, well, maybe I'm trying to make the most bang for my buck, when do I let go of it? Is it going to be right before Black Panther 2? Is it going to be right after Black Panther 2? Is it going to be right before Ironheart, you know, the TV series? Is it going to be after during the TV series? I don't know exactly when that peak's going to be. Maybe she's going to get a movie later on down the road. It's, you know, or could, you know, Young Avengers or something like. There's all these ideas of potentially when the highest value for that book could be, and I could sell this thing today, and then, you know, a year from now be so mad at myself. It's like, let's just say a crazy number, but this is a $5,000 book now. I can't believe I let it go for $900. You know, sometimes it happens. Sometimes you make those early sells, but I don't think it's necessarily a terrible thing. Now, definitely, if I had a lot of money into this book, which I don't, if I sold it for $900, I would feel good. You know what I mean? I would feel like I made a good profit. And I feel like, okay, yeah, like I said, I can take that money, invest it into something else. I wouldn't feel completely like I got screwed over, even if it ends up being a $5,000 book later. I wouldn't, and be like, okay, well, you know, I did what I had to during that time, and it is what it is, type thing, you know. Now, you know, it'd be a different story, I guess, if you know, you had this in your comic shop and you sold it for $1, you know, a few years ago or something. Like, oh my God, I had 20 of those things. But you know, I think sometimes we get both too sentimental, but also too attached onto the idea of we got to hold for the max value, which isn't always a clear idea. We don't really know. Like, I kind of wish a little while back when New Mutants 98, it was spiking and spiking and spiking, and then it kind of fell off. I wish I'd sold mine during that point, because now I have to wait for the new Deadpool movie. And it might go higher than that when the new Deadpool movie comes out. I don't know. Again, it could be the same, and especially if it ends up being the same value as it was when it spiked, I definitely should have sold it back then. It was kind of hard to foresee. I mean, it wasn't impossible to foresee it, but, you know, it's hard to foresee exactly when it was going to start falling. And not to say it's like a worthless book or anything, but, you know, definitely it reached a pretty good number I would have been happy selling it for. And, you know, it can be difficult to make that decision, is all I'm getting at. And I guess as I go out through this video, I don't have definitive answers for none of this. I'm kind of going with the flow. I don't really know how this is going to work moving forward. This is a new thing for me. I'm just sharing my experience and my ideas moving forward, because I do think this is something that you can do if there's multiple reasons. Like I said, I have to, some personal things that I need to start putting money aside for, and that's making me kind of redirect in how I'm thinking about purchasing comics, and I really need to start making my comics make money for me so that I can buy more comics, which is something that I'm already prepared to do anyway. It could be something that's hard to do if you don't necessarily have a ton of books that you're looking to get rid of. That folds into the learning to let go part, but also maybe you don't have a ton of books that are worth a lot of money. But even if that's the case, you know, if you have one book you paid $4 for and now it's worth $20, that's very easy to do. Like, if you are buying new comics, I just bought a Iron Man this week. It's that Miles Morales DJ cover, and I just bought it because it was a cool cover, and now it's easy like a $15, $20 book. And, you know, more likely than not, you probably accidentally bought something that's worth some money now. You know, it's not always buying specs. Sometimes you're just buying books and it's worth something now, you know. that Taskmaster miniseries that came out a little while back, that number 3 is, I think, maybe a $20-$25 book. This is the first appearance in there. There's that America Chavez miniseries came out a little while back. I was just reading these series, and now there's little $15-$20 books in there that if I was truly desperate and needed to start making some money, I could sell stuff like that, or even sell like runs and stuff like that, to start making some money. And again, I know it can be difficult, but it just depends on what goal you really have. Like for me, there's different books that I would love to get. The one I always like to bring up is NYX3, First X23. I would absolutely love that book, and probably like a 9.6. It's a fairly affordable book. It's expensive, don't get me wrong, but it's feasible. It's not no Tales of Suspense 39 or anything. I would love that book, but I know I can't get that book. NYX3, that's doable. Now, do I have to do a lot of work to make that happen, or do I just have to, spend a lot of my personal money? Yes, I'd have to do one of those. Personal money's off the table right now, so if I really want that book, I have to put in a lot of work. And it's something, it's not something that you haven't seen a bunch of other people do. Like, people do this, and it's kind of taking your hobby and making a business out of it. I'm even thinking about really opening up like a separate bank account that I'll just put my comic money in. And if that bank account doesn't have any money in it because I haven't sold any comics, then I'm not buying any comics. And some people might need to make that decision for different reasons. Some, maybe you really don't have any other money. Maybe you're struggling for whatever reason, and you have to make that decision. Like, this is my fun money, and if I want to have any fun money, then I need to sell some stuff. And that's how it goes sometimes. And then it's also good if you just want to start thinking of it more like a business, and which you very well can do. You have to put in the work. It's not, it's not necessarily an easy thing. It's not the hardest job in the world, sure, but you definitely have to know what you're doing, and you have to have that foresight and knowledge going into it, and know what to look for. But that being said, I did want to clarify a little bit. So for the mystery bundles, like I'm gonna end up putting some books on sale or on Instagram rather, and like this is gonna be one of them. I want to put some other ones on there as well. And while they're up for sale, they're all still possibility to get entered into if you buy a mystery box from me. So this will also kind of be like a way to get some sneak peeks of what might be in some mystery boxes. Now, granted, I'm not going to be posting every comic that I could get rid of, so there is still some books that you wouldn't know about. I'm just going to be posting some books at a time whenever I have a little bit of free time and I can get them listed. And that also means, though, keep in mind, because you might be like, oh man, if you see, this gets sold, for example, and like, oh man, that's the book I was really hoping to get. Well, this money is probably going to go into buying other books, which will then, some of it will, when I buy some of it might end up going into personal collection. But the idea is to use that money to also buy more books to invest in. Now, whether I might sit on them for a little while, or I might get them graded, and it comes back a good grade, and then that'll make it be worth some money. Every book's going to be a little different. Or sometimes I'm just out and I find a $20 book for $5. It happens. And so that money, though, just because you see something get sold, whether it's this or another book or whatever, just because you see something get sold doesn't mean that my pool is getting diluted and losing all the good stuff. More stuff will be getting pumped into there, and hopefully I'll use that to grow and keep going forward with it. I did want to kind of backtrack a little. Well, I guess I'll keep talking about the mystery bundles, though. Hopefully I was pretty clear on that. I'll make this kind of brief. This is a little thing. But the basic premise is tell me your budget, and we'll make it work whatever you're looking for, however it works with your budget. So if you're looking for one slab and some raws, or all raws, or maybe you want 2 or 3 slabs, I'm completely customizable. Just kind of let me know what you're looking for. Obviously, your budget has to match up with what you want too, because you're like, oh, give me 5 slabs for $50. That's not gonna work out. But If you're, I do kind of lean against some of the, like, because I've never done a mystery bundle under $200, because I do like to put good stuff in there. Obviously, if you get something cheaper than that, it's doable, but just know that, the price is going to reflect what you get. If you spend $50, you're not going to get this. That's just how it is. I do put it over value, because again, I'm not trying to maximize my profits 100% out here. I like people getting mystery boxes. I like watching people open mystery boxes, and it's really only fun if they get good stuff. Like, when you get a mystery box opening, you're watching something on YouTube, and it's like, wow, okay, there's nothing cool in there. That's not fun. That's not fun at all. So I enjoy the art of it, if you will. So, backtracking just a little bit into how I was saying, like, okay, let's say, again, I'll just keep, this is the only book I have in front of me right here, so I'll keep using this. So I sell it for $900, and there's a little bit of a debate as far as, like, for what you want to do. If you're interested in doing something similar to this, where you're splitting up your funds, you could say this is only business money, or maybe this will be used for PC as well. And again, that might depend on your situation. Again, if you don't really have any personal money to be spending, then yeah, your business money will also be buying stuff for your PC as well. Now, if you really, really want to treat this book like a business, which I'm not necessarily, this is, again, I'm putting myself in a situation in which I just need to cut back on my spending on comics. So it's nothing that's, I'm not starving or nothing like that. I just need to save some money. So I don't mind taking some of the money. Like, for example, if I sell this, if I take, buy $100 book for my PC and spend the rest on investments or whatever type of number, I wouldn't feel too bad about that. Different people will have different opinions on that. Obviously, if I sell this and spend all the money on PC stuff, then I'm not really doing it right. There's a bit of self-control that you have to do that. And some people might not really have that kind of self-control, and it might be better to just say, nope, this is just investment money. Or allow yourself like an allowance or something. There's different ways to do it, and it's important to know, because like I don't mean to downplay anybody like that. And sometimes people have impulse control. I understand that. It's human nature, like everybody's a little different and they struggle with different things, and sometimes they just see that money and it's like, ooh, I can get this book that I want, maybe I could sell this and I could go buy that NYX3 that I want, and then I'm like, whoops, well, I have no investment money anymore. So I get that, and everyone has a different level of self-control, and it's important to know your own. So and you might make some mistakes and be like, well, whoops, I screwed up and kind of blew my money. Just learn from what the mistakes you have made, and use that moving forward. It's important to just to realize that even if it is a little late, sometimes we don't always know everything ahead of time, even if it is about ourselves. So it's never too late to learn and make some improvements on yourself and push yourself forward a little bit. And I think that's about it that I wanted to talk about on this. I would like to know, though, if anybody else kind of separates their money or allows themselves an allowance for comics, or how you do it. It'll all be very interesting to me. I'm very curious, because I don't even exactly know everything that I'm going to be doing. I don't think I'm going to be necessarily like trying to like super sell these books. Like, they gotta go. I think I'm going to, present some books for sale. If they sell, cool. I'll use that money to start buying some other stuff. This money won't be like going towards like my pools for the week and stuff like that. I don't count. It might count for you. It doesn't count for me. I've made that decision. There's a lot of micro details that in this kind of experience that can be quite different for different people. So I don't know. It's just it's something that's been on my mind lately. Like I said, as some future changes are coming up in my life. But yeah, if you're looking for a mystery bundle, or if you're looking, just to want to see what comics I have for sale, I'll be posting up comics on my Instagram, and I might do a video as well tomorrow and just show off a few books as well, because I know not everybody does Instagram, so I'll do it that way. I like to try to be accommodating. I feel like there was one more thing I wanted to say, but now I can't remember. So, yeah, I guess that's gonna be it for today. Thank you all so much for watching the video. I hope you did enjoy it. I do really look forward to hearing your opinions and experiences on this topic as well. It is this video is almost more so I can hear what other people are doing rather than, I definitely have my own take on it, but I'm very curious to hear what everyone else has to say. But until tomorrow, I will see you all next time.